Have you ever seen someone so arrogant they think they're untouchable, even in a courtroom? Well, get ready, because this story is a masterclass in what happens when colossal ego meets cold, hard justice. A CEO, slick in his expensive suit, strolls into Judge Caprio's courtroom. He's not there for a parking ticket. He's there because his company's trucks have been racking up violations all over Providence. We're talking dozens of them, ignoring fines, and basically telling the city we're too big to care. The air in the courtroom is thick with tension. The CEO smirks, whispers to his lawyer, and looks around as if this is all just a minor inconvenience, a silly little detour in his very important day. He clearly believes his money and status make him immune to the rules that govern everyone else. Little does he know, he's not in a boardroom anymore. He's in Judge Caprio's world, a place where character, respect, and humility matter far more than the size of your bank account. And Judge Caprio is watching, his expression unreadable, letting this CEO dig his own grave. You're not going to want to miss a single second of how this unfolds. The city prosecutor lays out the case, and the list of violations is staggering. We're talking about a mountain of unpaid tickets. As the prosecutor speaks, the camera occasionally cuts to the CEO. Is he remorseful? Concerned? Not a chance. He's leaning back in his chair, looking bored, almost amused. He even lets out a little chuckle, a quiet, condescending laugh, as if the whole proceeding is a joke. Odd, that laugh, though quiet, echoes through the courtroom like a thunderclap. It's a laugh that says, "You can't touch me." It's a laugh that shows zero respect for the court, the law, or the people of the city his company has been inconveniencing. Everyone in the room feels it, the palpable disrespect. You can see the prosecutor's jaw tighten. The court officers exchange glances. This isn't just about unpaid fines anymore. It's about a fundamental challenge to the authority of the court, Judge Caprio. He sees it all. He hears that laugh, and his face remains calm, but you can see a shift in his eyes. The seasoned judge has seen this kind of hubris before, and he knows exactly how to handle it. The CEO thinks he's playing chess, but he doesn't realize he just made a fatal move against a grandmaster. The stage is set for a lesson he will never forget. Now it's the CEO's turn to speak. His lawyer does most of the talking, offering up a string of weak excuses. Our billing department is a mess. We're restructuring. It was an administrative oversight. Standard corporate jargon designed to deflect and minimize. The CEO just stands there, nodding along, still wearing that faint, arrogant smile. Judge Caprio listens patiently, his hands folded, letting them say their piece. He gives them every opportunity to show a shred of accountability. Then, the judge turns his attention directly to the man in charge. "Sir," Judge Caprio begins, his voice calm but firm. "I'm looking at a history here, a pattern of behavior. These aren't just pieces of paper. These represent a disregard for the rules of this city." The CEO responds, not with an apology, but with more deflection. He talks about the revenue his company generates, the jobs it provides, as if that gives him a free pass. He's essentially arguing that his economic contribution puts him above the law. It's a bold and incredibly foolish strategy. He's trying to intimidate the court with his importance, but he chose the wrong judge. Judge Caprio isn't impressed by balance sheets or corporate titles. He's interested in justice and fairness for everyone, regardless of their station in life. The CEO is about to learn that in this courtroom, everyone is equal. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Tipping point. Judge Caprio leans forward slightly, his gaze fixed on the CEO. The playful, grandfatherly demeanor is gone, replaced by the stern authority of the chief judge. "You know," he starts, his voice low and measured, cutting through the CEO's excuses. "I've been on this bench for a long time. I've seen people from all walks of life. I've had people come in here who are struggling to feed their families, and they show more respect for this court than you are right now." He pauses, letting the weight of his words sink in. "You came in here with a smirk on your face. You laughed. You laughed when the prosecutor was detailing the numerous times your company has broken the law. Let me ask you something. Do you find this funny?" The courtroom is dead silent. The CEO's smile finally evaporates. His face goes pale. The mask of arrogance has been shattered, and for the first time he looks like a man who realizes he has made a catastrophic miscalculation. Stammers, trying to backpedal. "No, Your Honor. It was a misunderstanding, but it's too late." Judge Caprio isn't finished. This isn't just about the fines anymore. This is a lesson in humility. Judge Caprio continues, his voice resonating with a lifetime of wisdom and a deep sense of fairness. You think because you run a large company, the rules don't apply to you? Let me tell you something. The law applies to everyone. The person who sweeps the floors in your building is subject to the same laws as you are, and in this courtroom, they get the same respect, maybe even more if they show it in return. He gestures to the pile of tickets. These fines, they are substantial. Based on your attitude today, I'm not inclined to show any leniency. The CEO and his lawyer exchange a panicked look. This is not going according to their plan. Expected a slap on the wrist, a payment plan. They did not expect a public dressing down that would strip away their hubris layer by layer. Judge Caprio then says the words that seal the CEO's fate. We're not going to dismiss these. We're not going to reduce them. Your company will pay the maximum fine for every single violation. In full today, the amount is staggering, far more than the CEO ever anticipated. The lawyer begins to protest, but Judge Caprio holds up a hand, silencing him. The message is clear. The discussion is over. The shock on the CEO's face is something to behold. The arrogance has been completely replaced by disbelief, then dawning horror. The smug confidence is gone, and what's left is a man forced to confront the consequences of his actions and his attitude. He looks at his lawyer, who can only offer a helpless shrug. They've been completely outmaneuvered. Judge Caprio leans back in his chair, his point made. And let me give you some advice, he adds, his tone now softer, like a father figure teaching a difficult but necessary lesson. A little humility goes a long way. Respect is earned, not demanded. It doesn't matter how successful you are. You treat people with respect, from the person at the bottom to the person at the top. That's how you build a good life and a good company. It's a powerful moment. The financial penalty is significant, but the real punishment is the public lesson in character. The CEO, who walked in thinking he was king of the world, is now just a man being told to pay his dues, both literally and figuratively. He stands there, utterly defeated, the smirk wiped clean from his face, replaced by a look of chastened reality. As the CEO and his lawyer scramble to figure out how they're going to pay the massive fine, the camera lingers on Judge Caprio. His expression is once again calm, but there's a sense of satisfaction. Not a smug satisfaction, but the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. Justice has been served. A powerful individual has been reminded that no one is above the law. The other people in the courtroom, waiting for their own cases, watch in awe. They've just witnessed a master at work, a judge who uses his power not just to punish, but to teach. He didn't just levy a fine. He delivered a powerful sermon on character, respect, and equality. This case will be remembered not for the dollar amount, but for the moment an arrogant CEO's smile was wiped away by the simple, profound power of justice. It serves as a reminder for all of us, no matter who you are or what you've achieved, a little humility and respect for others is the most valuable currency you can have. In Judge Caprio's courtroom and in life, it's your character that truly defines you. What a powerful lesson, right? It just goes to show you that true power isn't about money or titles. It's about integrity and how you treat people. Judge Caprio has a unique way of reminding us of that. If you were moved by this story and believe in the kind of justice that teaches as much as it punishes, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people who appreciate these kinds of stories. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you do and miss our next deep dive into another incredible courtroom moment. We love sharing these stories with you. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of this community. We'll see you in the next video.